your heart that every day is the best day of the year, says Ralph Waldo Emerson. With this quote, I would like to welcome you all to this faculty development program hosted by Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development in association with Srimati Dev Kunvananlal Bhatt Vaishnav College for Women. The topic of this faculty development program is Technology Enhanced English Language Learning and Teaching, Web Tools for Teaching and Learning English Language and Literature. The topic of this session is Web Tools for Perfect Pronunciation Practice. Now, I invite Ms. Nausheen, Assistant Professor of PG English, to introduce the speaker of the hour.
Nausheen ma'am, please unmute yourself. We are not able to hear you, ma'am.
Sorry about that, ma'am. I thought it's an unmute. Right. Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. I'm super excited to have you all here. Excited about the amazing conversations we are going to have with the prodigious scholar and outstanding academician, Dr. K. Kantimadi. As the gold medalist and receiver of the Best Outgoing Student Award in BA English, she went on to do an impressive double MA in Linguistics and English Language and Literature. She completed her MPhil in Madras Christian College and PhD in IIT Madras. Her credentials make a magnificently long list, and I've truly worked hard to make it brief for my presentation. During the 21 years of teaching experience, she has 15 refereed journal publications, 8 papers published in conference proceedings and books, been a journal article reviewer or editorial member of 7 international journals, and been the editor and article reviewer of 5 books. She has been the editorial member of 4 college-level English textbooks and has presented 28 research papers in national and international conferences. Ambitiously driven to help her peers, she has actively been resource person at innumerable refresher courses, FDPs, workshops, and seminars. On top of that, she was part of the session chair in 4 international conferences. In addition to being the research guide to MPhil and PhD scholars, she is also a member in many academic bodies in various institutions and in professional bodies like LTI and LTIF. She continues to constantly keep abreast of current trends in the field of education by participating in almost 15 orientation or refresher courses and FDPs across India. She has most deservedly received many prestigious awards, including Abdul Kalam Teaching Excellence Award by Rotary Club of Chennai and Promising Young Researcher Award by Bodhi International Journal. This preeminent academician is also an amazing creative writer with published poems in poetry anthologies. Here to help us understand and use web tools for perfect pronunciation practice, I feel truly privileged and proud to welcome Dr. K. Kantimadi. My hearty welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your kind words, ma'am. Now, I invite our speaker, Dr. K. Kantimadi, to take over the session. The time is yours, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for organizing this wonderful FTP and also choosing a very relevant topic. I thank the organizers, Mrs. Archana and Ms. Nausheen, for this wonderful attempt, collaborating with Rajiv Gandhi Institute to upgrade or update or upskill the teachers. So this faculty development program is focusing on developing the skills of teachers and the students who will shortly be teachers. So it's a very appreciable effort taken by the Department of English. And the topic that I have chosen for today is something very relevant to the title of the FTP, Web Tools for Pronunciation Practice. Because I think with the pandemic, technology mediated language learning and teaching has geared up its pace, and blended learning has become the order of so is my presentation visible?
No, ma'am.
Are we connected?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now we are able to hear you, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you. I think this internet is quite unstable.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, would you like us to share your PPT from our end if there is any problem from?
Yeah, probably I'll share it with you.
Yes, ma'am.
In case something goes wrong, you can share it from your end.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah, Archana, I have mailed it to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
For now, I'll share it. In case
Okay,
if something goes wrong, probably you can share from your
Yes,
end.
ma'am.
Yeah. Is the PPT visible now, or?
1 second.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, now just let me know if it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Fine. Okay, so considering the pandemic time where technology has become a part and parcel of our teaching learning exercise, I thought I'll just talk about some of the web tools which are available. So presentation is structured in such a manner that I initially talk a little bit about the importance of pronunciation. I'll also touch upon the significant points which will benefit the student participants, and also talk about the teacher's role in helping students learn better pronunciation skills. However, the technology is available, or whatever be the technology that is available around us, I think the role of teacher cannot be underestimated. And I still believe that there are some students who look up to their teachers as role models, and they learn a lot from them. So the role of a teacher in helping a student improve or learn better pronunciation. And of course, I'll also be giving you a few web tools which will help you build your pronunciation. If internet doesn't disappoint me and you, probably I'll try to give you a demo, or at least I'll share the link in the chat box, so that probably from your end you can just have a look at those websites where you can practice pronunciation. So looking at pronunciation, why is it important, and what is pronunciation? So I'm sure all of you are aware of this, that the way a word is said, or the way a word is uttered, or the way a language is spoken is pronunciation. Probably the standard way is what we all want to learn or speak. And pronunciation is the correct sequence of sounds, the way in which the sounds have been produced or said in a language or in a dialect. So the pronunciation is very important. And I'm sure all of us will not have problems with pronunciation while we are talking in our mother tongue. But definitely we have a lot of problems when it comes to talking in or speaking in another language. So pronunciation deals with the production of sounds. It deals with, at least as far as English language is concerned, where the stress is placed and how the intonation is. That matters a lot in English language. I'm sure all of you will be able to read, or you must have come across several such short lyrics or rhymes or poems where you have this English words. They have a different kind of a same kind of a spelling, the pronunciations are not same. Probably I can ask one of the students here to read it for us. Is there any volunteer to read this? I hope, yeah, I'm audible, yeah.
When the English tongue we speak, why is break not rhythm with speak? Will you tell me why it's true? We say few, but likewise few, and the maker of the verse cannot rhyme his horse with verse, but not the same as heard. What is different from word? Cow is cow, but low is low. Shoe is never rhymed with foe. Think of horse, those and lows, and think of goose and eight with shoes. Think of com, tom and bomb, doll and roll, or home and some. Since pay is rhymed with say, why not paid with said I pray? Think of blood, food and good. Mole is not pronounced like could. Wherefore done, but gone and loan. Is there any reason known? To sum up all, it seems to me, sound and letters don't I agree.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that voice that read this interesting poem. So I'm sure all of you must have observed, and you will be noticing that many words in English are not pronounced the way they are spelled. And sounds and letters do not have one-to-one correspondence as far as English language is concerned. The highlighted words, if you see the highlighted words which are in bold, so probably these are the ones which have similar spelling, almost similar spelling, probably one or two letters different, but still the pronunciation or just one letter different, and the pronunciation of these words are different. Yeah. So as far as the sounds of English are concerned, we very well know that the spellings don't correspond with pronunciation. The orthography is a way it's written, the spellings, and the pronunciation, there is a mismatch. In English, as far as English language is concerned, we see there are odd spellings. The spellings show something, but they read in a different manner. Can I just ask somebody to give me the pronunciation of ASTHMATIC? ASTHMATIC.
Asthmatic, ma'am.
Once again, please. Asthmatic. Yes, asthmatic. The TH is not to be uttered, not to be pronounced. FEBRUARY.
February.
I think I heard two pronunciations. Can somebody repeat again?
February.
February. Yeah, right. So there is a mismatch. In fact, while you speak very fast, probably you might not be saying February, you'll just be saying February. So there is a lot of mismatch, and the letter is there. The Indian mindset or the Indian attitude is such that Indian native languages, we generally have this trend of pronouncing each and every letter that is there. If you look at your mother tongue, if it is Tamil or Hindi or Telugu or any of the other Indian languages, we see that every letter that is written is something that we also say, we pronounce it. And that mindset, we have that. So every letter that is there in the script, that is to be uttered or pronounced. We cannot disguise. However, we try, probably it's easy for anybody to identify that we are Indians. And to speak properly or to speak correctly, we can just try and probably speak it in an intelligible manner. I think that would be what maximum we can try. Of course, we need not imitate the British or the American accent as much as well as they do, but at least to speak in a very intelligible manner is what we should be trying. Yeah, why should, I hope we are still connected.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, why should we worry about pronunciation? It can impact our communication, and there can be a lot of misunderstanding. I'm sure you can see the picture there. What is the lady actually trying to communicate? What does she want?
Peace.
Yeah, a small piece of a cake or a bread piece or whatever she wanted. She wanted a piece, but because of the pronunciation problem, I'm sure it could have been a situation where people around would have laughed and felt, well, what is this lady saying? So pronunciation can impact communication. It can change the meaning drastically and also alter the meaning of the sentence that somebody is saying, which can lead to misunderstanding, being either laughed at, or this can also lead to severe problems in relationships. So it's always better that we at least speak in an intelligible manner where problems are avoided. Yeah, since we are not native speakers, we are non-native speakers of English, and though we don't have much of a pronunciation problem with our mother tongue, we have though English has been in India for quite some time, We have been exposed to English from very early age, but in spite of that, we do have problems with English language because we are non-native speakers. And according to Kachru, we belong to that outer circle where English is not our mother tongue. And it's not the first language that we learn. The first language is our mother tongue, and English is the probably the second language or third language for some in some contexts. So we do not, many of us do not speak English very fluently because our first language is something else. And if you look at the native speakers, the inner circle people from USA or UK, they are the native speakers, and their first language is English, and probably they learned, not probably, surely they learned it when they were children. So from a very early age, from birth, they know this, they've heard this language. They think in English. So what is the difference between a native and a non-native speaker? They think in English. Probably non-native speakers would think in their mother tongue. And a native speaker would use it very naturally. For non-native speaker, probably it is a bit of a struggle. It doesn't come so easily. And so since we are non-native speakers, we do have problems in pronunciation, which are to be looked into if it is leading to pronunciation problems or communication problems. Yeah, what are the kinds of problems that we see in pronunciation as far as the Indian context is concerned? Probably I'll give you some examples from the Indian context. One or the major problem is mother tongue interference. So why does this happen? Why does this mother tongue interference happen? That's because of the different phonological system. The Indian language has a different phonological system, and English language has a different phonological system. So probably that's why there is a lot of mother tongue accent interference in whenever we speak in English. Another major reason is that it is not taught properly, and more probably the students are not given enough guidance to look for pronunciation. In fact, a recent research has shown that students are not aware of the phonemic symbols, or that the symbols given in the dictionary are the symbols which indicate how the word should be pronounced. So probably if the use of dictionary or the symbols are taught to them at an early age, they would be able to develop or learn the correct pronunciation of certain words. And moreover, several studies have shown that language acquisition, or perfect language acquisition, starts from an early age. And the earlier the language is taught in a proper manner, the better is the outcome. The better is the better is the way in a person would learn that language or acquire that language. So probably this pronunciation, teaching of pronunciation should start from an early age, from schools, so that students know how to look at the dictionary and learn pronunciation. Of course, these days all the devices have a lot of pronunciation guidance, but still, to understand the symbols and look for it in the dictionary is something that they should be trained, they should be aware of. Another problem that we Indians have is uttering every letter of the word. I think I spoke about this previously also. In Indian languages, we do not have any silent letters. All the letters that are written are definitely pronounced, but that is not the case with English. So that difference we will have to understand. Probably that will come only when we read a lot, when we know the words, and how to pronounce them. Otherwise, the tendency is to utter every letter that is written. Another problem is that consonant clusters. In Indian languages, we probably will not find too many consonant clusters. Our syllables are made up of consonant, vowel, consonant kind. Of course, there are clusters, but they are not the way it is there in English. For example, you would see a North Indian saying glass as gilas, or plate as palate, a plate or a galas. So the g-l together, that consonant cluster, it's a little difficult for certain language people, because the mother tongue, in their mother tongue, they do not have that kind of clusters in certain positions. So probably this could be one of the reasons where they have a pronunciation problem. And in English, we have consonant compounds, consonant compounds or consonant clusters without any intervening vowel. So in the initial position, we have 4C, a vowel followed by 3C. 3C, C refers to consonants. But that might not be the case in many of the Indian languages. English is a language where the stress is very important, intonation is very important. And if we Indians tend to stress in the wrong syllable in the word, or in a sentence in the wrong word, if we stress, then that is again going to convey a different meaning. Of course, in English, the stress is not so easily predictable. There's no formula where you can, there are a few formulas, of course, but then there's no hard and fast rule to understand the stress pattern. This happens only through practice. Again, if you look at the sentence stress in English, there are words that carry stress and others that don't carry stress. Stress is usually there in content words, usually nouns and verbs, but sometimes they also can be stress on, there can be stress on the pronouns and conjunctions. So there is there's a kind of unpredictable nature. So all these will come only through practice. And intonation is also very important as far as English is concerned, because there are layers of meaning beyond words that help the speaker communicate meaning through the rise and fall of voice. So this rise and fall is very important, and that shows the tone. That is the tone. And different types of intonation can communicate different types of meanings. So you can convey your attitude through the intonation, through the way you in the place where you place this tonation, and how, whether you are confident, happy, enthusiastic, any kind of feeling can be communicated through the intonation pattern itself. So that's very important. Intonation is very important as far as English language is concerned. And English is syllable time language, stress time language, not like Indian languages, which are not syllable time languages. So there is always a confusion because the mother tongue interference is there in several forms. And sometimes we also tend not to pronounce the words correctly or entirely, and so that also leads to some of the problems in communication. We tend to swallow certain sounds. So whether you're saying patience or patients, there is a confusion. So PATIENTS or PATIENCE. So sometimes if not pronounced properly or not understood, it cannot be understood properly if it is not said in the right way. Again, while reading or while speaking also, the chunking, the speech chunking, or pausing at the right place, this is also very important. So how you're going to put a group of words together, where you're going to pause, what's the moment of silence, or sometimes very short silence is enough, or a short pause is enough. All these are something that are some of the problems that we face while we are speaking. And if you don't chunk or pause at the right place, it will be very hard for the listeners to follow what you're trying to convey. And for example, I'll just read out a sentence to you. Probably I see it just there in the next slide. Okay, that's not there. Yeah. Can I request the participants to take down the sentence and tell me where would you like to pause and how would you like to put them into chunks?
Yes, ma'am. Of course.
Yeah. So I'll just dictate it. Kindly take it down. This is a powerful but unfortunately flawed argument. This is a powerful but unfortunately flawed argument. Probably somebody can type it on the chat, in the chat box also. This is a powerful but unfortunately flawed argument. The main problem with the argument is the lack of hard statistical evidence. This is a powerful but unfortunately flawed, F-L-A-W-E-D, flawed argument. The main problem with the argument is the lack of hard statistical evidence. I hope you got the sentence.
Yes.
Yeah. So can somebody tell me where would you like to give those short pause? Where would be the long pause? How would you chunk them together?
Ma'am,
Yes.
a pause after this is a powerful,
Okay.
but this is a powerful pause, but unfortunately flawed argument. Pause. The main problem with the argument, pause, is the lack of hard statistical evidence.
Okay. Fine. Is there any other way somebody else has tried? Okay, probably you're trying. Let me tell you, you are partially right. So I'll just tell you where you have to have the short pause and where you have to have the long pause. The short pause is indicated by a single slanting line, as you have here, word, this single slanting line between word and sentence. If it's a double pause, then it has to be 2 lines. Okay. It has to be, if it's a longer pause, it has to be double line. So this is a powerful, but this is a powerful, a short pause, but unfortunately flawed, again short pause, argument. It's a long pause after that because the sentence ends. This is a powerful but unfortunately flawed argument. The main problem with the argument is short pause, the lack of hard, short pause, statistical evidence, and a long pause. Right? So, similarly, while we speak in a connected speech, for example, we know the pronunciation of several words, but when it comes to speaking continuously, there are some changes that happen. Some words or some letters get, some sounds get omitted. There is a substitution when two sounds come together. So all these changes happen. So we have to be very careful about them. We have to know them. Probably if we know them only, we will be able to follow them. Here I have given you 3 examples. Sound changes when we speak continuously. So here we see that the best thing about this training is, where do you think would be the change? Probably some sound would be omitted. Can somebody try the first one? Are we connected?
Yes, ma'am, we are connected, ma'am.
Yeah, so in the first sentence,
Participants, dear participants, you can unmute and you can answer. You're allowed to unmute and answer, please.
there will be one sound that will go off. See, the best thing, when you say best thing together, just try and say that. And when you say separately best, when you say separately thing, and when you say together best thing, I'm sure you'll be able to observe some kind of a change. If you can try it on your own, best thing. Do you feel some sound is omitted? The t is not.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not. It's to be omitted. The t is to be omitted. So it's best thing when you speak in a continuous speech. Similarly, the next sentence, I will be trained teacher. Again, trained. The d sound again. Yeah, is somebody responding? Okay, fine. So I'll be a trained teacher. Again, you feel that the ed, the d sound goes missing. It's omitted. Again, 2.5 years. Two. The two, TWO, two becomes chew, a kind of a ch sound. 2.5 years. So the lip moves to the hard palate. Ch. So it becomes a ch sound. Similarly, in the last sentence, this is my first year if you say it separately, but when you say it in a continuous speech, it again becomes kind of a ch sound. This is my first year. So these kind of changes we should be aware of while we speak, while we pronounce words. Stress, as I said, in English, stress is very important. Where you stress is very important. What do you want to focus on? So what is this? Stress is a word which is pronounced with more force than others. So where you want to put the emphasis. If you look at the emphasis that's given, the bold letters that I have made in all the 4 sentences, same sentence, but said in different manner. Can somebody read it for me?
Yes, ma'am.
With the right stress.
I'll try to, ma'am.
Yeah.
He is my husband. He is my, sorry. He is my husband. He is my husband. He is my husband.
Yeah. So do you understand the different shades of meaning in this sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So can somebody respond to that and give me clarity? The first sentence.
The first sentence is who is the husband, ma'am?
Yeah. So probably you're pointing at somebody and saying that this person, he is my husband. Okay. In the second. He is my husband. Again, emphasis on
It refers
is.
to the state of being.
Yes. At the moment. So is
Yes,
not past, probably no other time, but he is my husband. And the third one.
It states whose husband it is.
Yeah, my husband, nobody else's. You don't dare to think that he is somebody else's husband. Okay, so he is my husband. And again, in the last one.
The relationship, ma'am. He is related
Yes.
to someone as husband and not anyone else.
Yes, he's not anybody else, but he is my husband. He's not no other relationship. Yes, that's rightly said. Right. So stress, the way you stress, the way you stress on each one is very important. Yeah, again, some of the commonly observed pronunciation errors, probably the long and short. Some examples are given here. How the long and short vowels or can cause a problem. Somebody wants to say that I bought a ship, and instead of saying I bought a ship, you say I bought a sheep. So how you communicate? You bought something very expensive, and finally you try to say that you bought an animal. So this can cause a problem. As I said, insertion.
Ma'am, we are not able to hear you. Kantimati ma'am, we are not able to hear you, ma'am. Dear participants, please bear with us. There is some technical glitch. Please stay with us. We'll try to rectify it shortly. Thank you.
I think the meeting got. Hello,
No,
am I there?
ma'am, yes, ma'am, you're there, ma'am. You're there.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so this road, I hope the presentation is visible.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, now it is not visible.
Okay, I think I'll have to share again. Yeah, is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this kind of a pronunciation problem we would have seen in some of the South Indian languages. Road. So we tend to end the letter with a ooze kind of a sound. Similarly, devoicing of a voiced sound, of voiced vowel or a consonant can also cause a lot of problems. For example, you want to say the ball bounced, and instead of the ball pounced, it gives a wrong meaning. Pronouncing the silent letters, I've given you some examples here in this slide. The stress, if it is not in the right place, you want to say conduct and then you say conduct. It changes, the noun and verb change. Produce or produce. You have to understand, you have to be aware of all these. Similarly, in the homographs and homophones, how you're going to pronounce certain words, whether it is live or live, whether it is allowed, which allowed, ALLOWED or ALOUD. Seen, when you make a sentence, how are you going to communicate all these changes? Yeah, commonly given suggestions is practice listening. As much as you listen, you will be able to speak better. And watch English movies or watch English news, listen to native speakers, and probably you should know some self-learning like from the dictionaries, or also listen to some of the experts so that you are able to speak well. As I said, teachers do play a very important role. However, the technology cannot substitute the way a teacher teaches. So the teachers should see to it that early exposure to pronunciation practice is given to children. And as children pick language nuances at a very early age, and early exposure to proper pronunciation will help them to speak better or learn the language better. And teachers also will have to have a kind of a perfect pronunciation because students tend to learn a lot from their teachers. So that's very important that teachers of English especially should have better pronunciation skills so that it helps the students to learn flawlessly. We should be showing or teaching the phonemic scripts to the children at a very early age. Probably after fourth or fifth is when they should start off. Because till the students come to a BA English literature course or BA English studies course, they are not aware of the phonemic symbols. Of course, some schools have started it off, but still it's not taught the way it should be taught. In case that is taught a little interest in improving the pronunciation. Reading practice should be given in class to students. General tendency is some teachers tend to read on their own. I would suggest that teachers allow the students to read. Probably that is one time in front of our eyes we can see them read and give them reading practice. The practice of dialogues, role plays, or whatever activities that we plan in class should be. We should try and give as much chance as possible for students to read and express themselves. We have to create the awareness that the English pronunciation is quite unpredictable and that cannot be the way it is written. So that awareness also is to be brought in. We can also guide the children about the different pronunciations variations that are there in American English, British English, as well as now Indian English. So of course, Indian English is also emerging and is becoming accepted worldwide. So of course, it's going to take some time, but still, we can make them aware of all this. And whatever is the problem of the students, probably some students, because of the too much of native tongue influence, if there are some problem, we can make them aware of how they can improvise on this. And there are a lot of material available in the internet to improve their language skills, which I'll be sharing shortly. So we'll have to also give them this minimal pair training, where pairs of words have distinct meaning only if a small sound is changed. For example, rot and lot, just r and l is changed, and how that change can bring about a change in the meaning. And bin or bean, so that also. Yeah, so here you see a kind of a comic strip which can help you understand how this minimal pair is really important in understanding the pronunciation. Yeah, and if it is not understood, the minimal, even if a small sound changes, it can communicate a different meaning. I hope you understood the joke that is there on the screen. Divya Bharati has raised her hand. You want to say something? No. Okay. So now coming to the web tools, I hope internet supports, and I will be able to give you a demo of a few web tools. Yeah. So internet, we know it's like a flood of websites and apps that can help you improve your English pronunciation skills. And there are a lot of free online tools available. So through this, you can just learn pronunciation and improve your speaking skills in as many ways as possible. It's always better to know the pronunciation of the words. If you have a doubt, immediately have a habit of checking the dictionary, or at least now you have this phone where you can immediately check the pronunciation. So do that. And you can also, there are some tools which can help you check the accuracy of pronunciation. How close are you to the native speaker's pronunciation? So you can develop to usage of words, probably in continuous sentences also. That's very important. Other than just knowing the individual words pronunciation, you should also know how it is in continuous sentence. And you can listen to varieties of speech context, how it is between when two friends speak or when it is spoken on the stage, and how varieties by different people in different contexts, and pick the kind of pronunciation that you want. You can also use this imitation or shadowing technique, because this is a kind of a technique where you listen to the speaker and you repeat after the speaker. And so this is a good way to work on your pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. See, rhythm, intonation is something that it is very difficult. The intonation stress is where we all struggle. So probably if you can just repeat after the transcript or the dialogue that you're listening to, the conversation that you're listening to, that will help you immensely. And you repeat after the speaker immediately. So you just don't wait for the conversation to end, but as the speaker goes on speaking, you just repeat after him. And this technique is considered to be one technique that can help you probably improve. Yeah, so there are some websites, one such as Speech Ace. I'll see if I can show you a demo. Okay, this is a screenshot of that website, how it looks. And this part, you can see the pronunciation, the word pronunciation, how it's individually pronounced, how an individual word is pronounced. Similarly, how this word is pronounced in a sentence. So this is, of course, some of it is like they'll ask you to register or they'll ask you to pay for this, but I think this one is free. There is a free trial. There is a there's a free trial. I probably log in after some time. Again, there is this Uglish, a kind of a site which will, a tool that will provide you correct pronunciation of words, and you can just type a single word or a phrase and you will get varieties, UK pronunciation, US pronunciation, the British pronunciation, the American pronunciation, and you just have to type the word, and wherever it is there available in the internet, you can get conversation samples. And it is in the real, it's either spoken by the real people or in some kind of a context. So that helps a lot. And yeah, so there are some websites. I'll see if I can just open a few for you. Yeah, I hope you're seeing the screen of pronunciation.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So here you have a lot of lessons, which, as I said, minimal pairs, understanding the minimal pairs is very important. So you can just click into one of it and then keep going. It will take you to all the different minimal pair words, how they are pronounced, and that can be of great help. You have podcasts, you have different kinds of lessons. You can just read through those lessons. In that, okay, this is one important website that you can use for American.
Sorry to disturb you, ma'am. We are able to see only the slide, but not the
not the website, just
not the website,
okay.
ma'am.
Just a second. Okay, I think now, just let me know.
Yes, ma'am, we are able to see.
Yeah, so this is a website, pronunciation.com. Comes with a lot of advertisements. Okay, so here you have this minimal pairs. You can just click in. I don't know if I click, what will happen. Again, I'll have to share another screen. Yes. Do you see the screen now? Long
Yes,
long E.
Long
Okay.
I, long O. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you can just practice for each. Has different levels, different levels. So whatever be your level, probably you might be a college student, but still, if you feel that your English level has to is of an elementary student, then you can just try that small one. Try the small early classes and then progress. Okay, I don't know whether the audio will be heard. I'll just try, but you can note down this website and try it if you are. Can you listen to the sound?
Grip.
Were you able to listen to the sound?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the sound was there. Okay.
His. Whose. Kill.
So I hope you heard the pronunciation of some of the minimal pairs.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is one such website that can help you to know the pronunciation of certain words. Okay. Similarly, you have this deepenglish.com. Okay. Somebody respond and tell me whether we are connected.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We are connected, ma'am. We are connected.
Yeah, are we seeing this deep English?
No, ma'am. Again, the same thing. We are able to see only the slide, not the
Okay,
website.
just a second. Just a second. You share, decided, and share.
Yes, ma'am. Now we are able to see.
Okay. Yeah, so here also you will see there are some free lessons. So probably you need not log in or get into those too many registrations. So you can have some free lessons. If you feel the free lessons are convincing, then probably you can think of registering and paying it. So you have different speeds at which you can learn. So it's like if you want to learn the way the word is pronounced in a very slow pace, you have a slow pace, and you have a normal pace, and you have a faster pace.
DeepEnglish.com. Worldwide, it's estimated that 1 out of every 3 women has been a victim of violence. Also, women
I'm sure you're able to see the transcript here. Whatever is being read out. Were you able to listen to the audio?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So the script that's being read out, you can see the script here, and at whatever pace you want to listen, you can just listen to the audio there, and you can pick up pronunciation and how it is pronunciation of words, as well as how it is in a conversational setup.
DeepEnglish.com. Worldwide, it's estimated that 1 out of every 3 women has been a victim
so
of
you can see how they
violence.
pronounce victim of violence. So probably Indian English pronunciation would be different, but still, if you want to reach some kind of a better pronunciation state, then you will have to, you can try this. Yeah, now coming to another one. Yeah, Youglish. I just thought I'll show you this. Okay, I'll see if I can come back to this Youglish little later. English Accent Coach is another website where you can probably see if I can. Are you seeing this English Accent Coach?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so here also you have you can play. Easily available because they are free, but some, again, as I said, they'll ask you to register and all. Probably you can note it down. It is going to take some time because my internet connection is unstable, it says. These are some more websites. Howtopronounce.com. Let's see if this opens up. Can I just post this website in the chat box so that somebody can try it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
In
No
fact, one of the participants has asked for the links, ma'am, for all of these links.
Yes. Yes, yes. All these links I'll post it. I'm trying to open and show you some, but okay. How to pronounce? For example, you want to know the pronunciation of the word debt. So it will are you seeing this how to pronounce?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So for example, you would like to know the pronunciation of DEBT. So you can just ask it to pronounce it for you. Since my internet is terribly slow, it is. Okay, so this is how it will work. Okay. Yeah, so you can see how it gives you a lot of information. Learn how to pronounce this word. You heard it?
Debt.
Yes, ma'am.
Debt.
Okay. Yeah, and how it is, it gives you the meaning.
Debt.
Ways in which you can use this word. So it gives you a lot of information. If you want, again, another thing is, if you want, you can also try, sorry, you can also record your pronunciation, your way of how you pronounce it, and then play back and listen to it. So that's another facility that this website has, how to pronounce. So you can see how accurate it is. In case I'll show you another place where it is how accurate. Okay. Stop this one. Okay. In fact, this also you can try. This one is also quite. I have just given. Yeah, probably this has example of a minimal pair. I hope you're seeing the PowerPoint presentation. Participants?
Yes, ma'am. We can see the
Yes,
PowerPoint.
Yeah, so here it is the minimal pair bird and bud. So how that and sound. That one, if you can just click onto the link and go there, probably this will help you. But I have just given you one sample of bird and bud. You can just remove this last part and see varieties of minimal pairs in that website. And again, another, yeah, so this one where you can see a lot of things. I see speech.com. I'll see if I can get it for you. What it has is, it has audio for whatever word you type in. You can just get the audio of it. It gives you the video of the mouth and lips, how the movement of mouth and lips is, from where the speech sound is produced. I'm sure you've done it in your phonetics, the organs of articulation, the manner of articulation, and all that. So it gives you details about that. And it also gives you video about how the tongue moves when you say that word, when you utter that word. The phonetic symbols and the waveforms. I'll see if I can display it. Let me know when it is visible. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, pronunciation coach. So this is what I was talking about. See, you just have to click on this. If you want to enter a word, you enter the word. Here it gives a demo.
Test. Test. S.
See the waveforms. The waveforms are also given, how it should be. And you can just record your pronunciation and see the waves, how accurate they are, how close to the pronunciation that's given here. You can see that also. I hope we are in the presentation page.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so there are several apps available in the internet. Voice Notebook. Again, Voice Notebook is also quite interesting, where you can just open this page and whatever you speak, if you speak correct English, it will write down as it is. But if you utter the word probably in an Indian way or with a lot of mother tongue interference, it will take it down in a different manner. It might not be the word that you wanted there. So you can again erase, try, read a text as many times as possible, unless and until you get the accurate pronunciation. So that will help you check your pronunciation. Again, you have this English language speech assistant. There's Elsa, where you can click on the link. Similar, almost. I have shown you a few websites. Whatever you see in these, probably these websites also have a similar feature. You can just log in and try out, explore the different possibilities of learning pronunciation. Oxford University Press, British Council, all of these have brilliant text material, which is audio, where you can listen. As I said, you can do that shadowing practice, listen to them and imitate their pronunciation, and probably try and get a better pronunciation skill. And this Blair English also has, this is online, where you don't have to subscribe to and all that. So this is also there, where you can easily have a lot of pronunciation exercises. If there are mistakes in your pronunciation, that also it British Council has English podcasts. All these are some important or interesting websites where you can just look into when you have time or when you are interested in knowing about this. This is the most commonly used website, I think, Merriam-Webster's dictionary, which has perfect pronunciation practice. So the moment you have a doubt about any word's pronunciation, you should check, because when you use wrongly, it conveys a different meaning. It makes you feel, it probably the other person will feel a bit awkward if you do not know the right pronunciation. I was surprised when I heard somebody saying marital as marital, instead of marital. It was said as marital, or synonnym was pronounced as synonym by a professor. This was a little disappointing, that you shouldn't be doing it. So we should be very careful. Teachers should be very careful while they, if you're uncertain, check the dictionary, then pronounce the word in the right manner. Yeah, these are some other again interesting websites. See, lyrics training, for example, has songs in it. So you people who like to sing a song and learn the language, this is quite interesting. This dictation also, let's see if I can try. Again, this dictation also is almost like what I said, the voice dictation, where you can do you see this method where you can give a dictation?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
so it's like a page that is displayed, and if I say start and if I say something, it will start. It generally asks for a microphone. Okay, so while I'm speaking to you, probably this will be noting down whatever I speak to you, if it has understood it right. Let's see how it takes up. See, can you see the text?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so this is how it works. In case what you said and what is written there doesn't match, then probably you should perfect the pronunciation of that particular word. So if it is not accurate, this will not be able to give you the accurate exact text there. Yeah, another simplest, if you don't want to get into any of those websites and other things, I'm sure Google Doc is something that everybody is familiar with. You just have to open a Google Doc. In the tools part, you will see this tools where there is voice typing, and you can have a text, read whatever is there, and read the contents of the text, and you will see that being typed, almost like the previous one that we did. So it will help you if you have pronounced the words correctly, and if you have said if you have read the text in the right manner, probably it will give you exact, it will type it out for you. Practice speaking. So almost towards the end, where for better pronunciation, you should listen, and some of these tools will help you listen to yourself. So you can record, playback, listen to the way you are pronouncing, and compare it with the experts' pronunciation, which is given in the websites or in the apps. You should slow down while you are practicing. Initially, it is better to do it in a very slow pace. As much as possible, do not understand the pronunciation and think that it is registering in your mind. Say it. Probably you should utter it twice or thrice or several times, so that you better your pronunciation. And you can watch yourself either in the front of the mirror or your voice, the waves. You can watch that and see how it is accurate. Copy the experts either from the website or from your teachers. As much as possible, try to pay attention to the intonation and stress, because that's very important as far as English pronunciation is concerned. English songs, if you can just pick up a few lyrics and sing them, that will also help you improve your pronunciation. And nothing better than consistent practice. Practice continuously, consistently, so that you can improve your English language skills. And for standard English, Indian English, right now we have many apps or websites where they are giving the British pronunciation or the American pronunciation or the Australian pronunciation. Indian English, of course, it's slowly picking up, but it is it's going to take some time. Google is also trying its level best to standardize Indian English, and there is definitely a widespread acceptance for the Indian English variety also. And one thing is that Indian English speakers or Indians generally speak very fast, too quickly. And if the slower pace, probably Google is waiting for that kind of a pace. If we can get that slow pace, they would be able to develop the Indian English version in a faster pace, I think. And most of the confusions are because Indian languages have fewer vowels, but English has a lot of vowels. And we have the tendency to stress on the first syllable, always, most of the time. So that's why probably the problem with stress and intonation and all that. But otherwise, if we do not apply much of our Indian language pattern on the use of English, probably we can overcome the pronunciation problems that we have. Otherwise, it's better just to speak intelligible English or something that doesn't miscommunicate. And I think we are fine with the language skills that we have. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sanita, you can take over, Sanita.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking your time to enlighten us on web tools for perfect pronunciation practice. It was really a useful and an enlightening session. Charlotte Bronte once said, "Gratitude is a divine emotion. It fills the heart, but not to bursting. It warms it, but not to fever." Now I invite Ms. Archana, Professor, Head of Department of PG English, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sanita. But before that, if there are any questions or queries from the participants, I would request them to unmute themselves and ask their queries. You can also reach out to ma'am through her mail ID in case if there are any queries. In the future also you can reach out to ma'am. Are there any queries from the participants right now? Thank you.
Probably when they start going into those websites,
yes,
and it's actually self-learning kind of a thing. So there shouldn't be much of a problem. I'll share probably all the links that I have with them so that they can practice.
Thank you, ma'am. So first of all, my sincere and heartfelt thanks to Dr. K. Kantimati, because we reached out to ma'am on a very short notice, and within a short span of time, despite many of her personal as well as academic restrictions as well as commitments, she was able to make this out. I'm really thankful to ma'am for that. Deeply indebted to you for that, ma'am. My gratitude, and the Department of English, PG Department of English, also expresses heartfelt thanks to you, ma'am. And this FDP, I'm sure it has reinstated the significance of pronunciation, because there are so many myths and misconceptions about pronunciation, and you have helped us sort it out. And these web tools which you had introduced to us, I'm sure there are many teachers, especially future teachers. There are teacher students also, people who are continuing with their B.Ed. There are also participants from B.Ed institutions as well as from other schools as well as colleges. I'm sure all of these participants would take these web tools to their respective classrooms and help achieve a better pronunciation among their own students. And definitely, I'm sure that these web tools will also help us tone our own pronunciation. Thank you for that, ma'am. And right from briefing the basics of pronunciation and engaging the students with various tasks, you have truly helped the session to be a mutually interactive session. Thank you so much for that, ma'am. And despite the last minute glitch, the disruptive power shutdown, ma'am was able to very quickly, very swiftly, make some arrangement. I'm really thankful for that, ma'am. Otherwise, this could not have happened. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for accepting our invitation and being a resource person today, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachna, and thank you to Kartika for inviting me and for giving me this opportunity to speak about something which is very close to my heart. So pronunciation, phonetics is something that I'm interested in, and I'm glad that I was able to speak about it. And I hope some of it is useful for the students. They should probably just quickly browse through some of these websites, and they will be able to pick up a lot of tips on pronunciation from those websites. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I would like to.
We can't hear you. I think Kartika ma'am says saying something.
Ma'am, please unmute, ma'am. Kartika ma'am, please unmute and speak. Ma'am is trying to say something, but
yeah, some problem with her audio.
Some problem. Okay, ma'am.
Now it's mute. Now it's mute, Kartika. Probably you should unmute. No.
I think there is some technical problem with from her side.
Yeah, we have to learn to grapple with these devices.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone, for this opportunity. Thank you, students, and thank you to the other participants.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to give a few announcements related to the tomorrow's program. Tomorrow we have 3 sessions on Zoom. The first session begins at 9:30 and the topic is language and ability. The speaker is Dr. Hemachandran Kara. Please join for the sessions lined up for tomorrow and be benefited. Thank you all.